Kings and queens, clash your swords. Yeah. You kings and queens already know.
100 kings and 100 queens?
Let's show up. But they ain't about to hold us. Alright. Cause the Most High told us. Alright, King Stevian checking in real quick for some breaking news. I got a report today from a news company, and they shared something with me, so I immediately was led by the Spirit to release this because y'all definitely need this. This is about covering your ears. Okay? Now, when it comes to covering your ears, you know we got a lot of things that are out on the radio, things that are on television, and these satellite radio stations. Okay? Now, I'm coming in today, and I know it ain't been too long since I released the video executive order W9 form 1099A and B. Mainly the main title is Make Your Bill Collectors and Child Support Pay the Taxes. Okay? So, just to let you know, part 2 is coming. But this is the trailer for part 2, but also breaking news. Okay? So let's get right into it. As y'all know, BlackRock owns majority of the prisons. Okay? The biggest shares of all the prisons. Now, no one has put 2 and 2 together, right? So you got BlackRock owning the prisons, packed up with blacks, packed up with Hispanics, okay? Not saying Caucasians are not there. They're there, but it's majority the one they call the blacks, which is the copper tones, and, you know, the Latino market, right? So now, if I got a business where I got chickens coming in, right? What's going to make them chickens come in? Well, they want some of that feed, that good old feed that I'm feeding them, right? So you got to look at it this way. BlackRock is leading the chickens to get inside their chicken coops, okay? And I'm going to show you how, all right? I'm not going to be on this very long. We're going to go over to this story right here. Let me get off this. I'm going to deny that. I want y'all to see that screen right there. So the FCC is fast-tracking Soros' acquisition of 200 radio stations. Now, if you look it up on your search engine and type in BlackRock buys more shares into iHeartRadio. Now, you know iHeartRadio is in the cars already. All these newer versions. Okay, so if they own the shares of iHeartRadio, they can control what goes through the airwaves. This is Satan is what? The prince of the airwaves. Okay, now when you look at BlackRock, BlackRock has came along, and of course they got their hands in music as well, and so you're listening, and it's low energy is getting in your ears and into your system and into your body. So now what you're doing is going out there doing what you heard. You got this negative energy about you. So you got murders going on, theft, robbing, all kinds of crazy stuff, drugs. It's based on the music that's out there. Selling sex, that's in the R&B and the pop. You know what I'm saying? The rap, definitely talking about shoot 'em up, bang, bang, get fiat. Well, of course, if you get fiat, what happens? Okay, and this going for the kings and queens that, you know, we dealing with the fiat and exchanging it for the lawful money. See, when someone young want to go get money, fake money, they don't know nothing about this system. They don't even want to hear it. They just want to smell that green and think it's something by holding it in the hand and flashing in the videos. So you put these songs out and they want to go get money, fake money. Okay, let me also show you how this plays part. So they got these 200 radio stations, right? So you got to understand, this just happened in September. Go read up on the story, okay? Now, why would they buy BlackRock buy the radio stations, all these radio stations? Of course, they keep feeding the public this low frequency music, okay? So I just want to show y'all that. And then come around, I get the news report today. Right here, look at this. Congress expected, and this was a little bit earlier, expected to pass law requiring AM stations, pretty much AM radio, in all cars. Now, we got to go back and look at Leave the World Behind movie that Obama put out. He was warning us. Think about the Tesla truck that burned up in New York in front of Trump Center. They're throwing a hint. Elon Musk and Trump put 2 and 2 together. Okay? So, China is making majority of those chips, okay, that's putting in these cars. And he's telling you, Obama was telling you that these cars are going to be driving themselves. And it's going to block up the highway, so you ain't got no place to go. Okay? This is why it's best that y'all get this stuff together, get your land, get the hell from over here, fly on a private jet, not a public plane, you know, and that's how you get out of here. Okay, but going on. So think about, they already got majority ownership in iHeartRadio. They own the prisons. They're going to control AM radio, bought 200 radio stations. Some of those are FM. So now they can put more devilish music on the air. Also, let me show you how this plays part. You say, well, most churches are on AM. Well, let me show you how that plays part. So if you got all the churches on AM radio, you know, churches want you to tithe. What? Fiat. So if you're tithing fiat, that means these churches don't even know about the lawful money. The rappers don't know nothing about lawful money. So they're keeping the US dollar going while they, BlackRock, the owners of these record companies, record labels, all these major corporations are stealing our lawful money so they can run off and live like we used to live back in the days as Ninos and Dios, which is Indians. Okay? So you got the churches, feed it to the churches, letting the churches pump out there so they can speak this Christianity stuff to all the people. And hey, tithe. Now you're going to give your 10% of your fiat. See? They're going back to the banks, 10%, then the 90%. When you give, now you're giving that 10% to the church. See, and they are the ones that are supposed to return it. That's why they give you a slip at the end of the year. They're supposed to return your lawful money. So if you're a church goer, this is what your pastor's supposed to be doing. He goes to the bank with that deposit, don't he? And he's supposed to tell them with the 236 or 233 form, hey, you need to return this. This is lawful money. And the pastor's supposed to come back and feed the sheep. But they don't do that. They keep the fiat, thinking the fiat is real, just like these fake rappers out here, all these artists out here. And then they build up more debt in the United States and more debt. While the owners of BlackRock and these record companies and major corporations run off with your lawful money when it belongs to the natives of the land. So I was just coming in to connect the dots for y'all, showing y'all what's going on, because we have to do something about all this stuff. I can't do this stuff by myself. That's why I reached out when I released Authenticate the Fake, Apostille the Real, for these other gurus to come in and let's build together and come up with a solution for it all. But you know me, King Stevian, 100 Kings, 100 Queens, gonna always come up with a way to block what they're trying to do. Okay? So, again, they did pass the one about the radio stations already. That's done. And then now you're in a new, well, it says October. So think about it. September, then October. So why would you buy all these radio stations and then all of a sudden the next month, October 8th, 2024, but they said it just was passed, I think it's about to be passed very soon. They say they're coming to a deal. But month after, so put 2 and 2 together. BlackRock owns the prisons, feed negative energy, get the rappers in prisons, keep the churches thinking they got God, and all the while they serving who? Here's the ending punchline of it all. If you're tithing and worshiping and doing all this saying, Holy Father, who are you yelling to? You're yelling to the Pope. What is the dollar? As in the last video, if you haven't watched the video, go watch the video called Executive Order W9 Form 1099A plus B by King Stevian. Just type that in on Yahoo search and it'll come up. But it goes to the Pope. Those are tax dollars. They deposit it in the bank. The bank takes the fiat. That's your tithe. Even the churches are tithing to the Pope. That is the tithe. And then the 90% goes out for loans, but it's the 90% of the lawful money, not the fiat. You think it's the fiat, but it's not. All that fiat goes to, they exchange dollar for dollar everything and give it to the United States Treasury at night. And then the Treasury gives them times 16.666, that's the rate. And they got all that 100 of it. And they got you thinking, oh, they just turned in 10%. No. Your 10% is your tithe to the Pope. Okay? Canon law. Okay? This is why everybody need to be writing on the back of any check that you sign, anything you give to the bank, even your deposit slips by the signature. 12 U.S.C. 411, 18 U.S.C. 8. Return lawful money. Don't give the bank anything without writing that on it. Okay? Y'all need to be gathering all of your bank statements right now for all of last year. Okay? And you don't need to be doing the accepted for credit on your bank statement. On the side, the right side, going up, whatever that total of your deposits, only the deposits, are for the whole year. You're going to look at the deposits, you're going to add them all up, and then you're going to put, that's the principal, that's the tithe. Okay? On the right side, going up, turn the paper over, on the side, write it, and then you're going to put return principal of total 2, and then you put your all caps name with the word estate behind it, or you can put your with it. Okay, and then 2 underneath that on the next line on that same side, make 2 lines on that side. You're going to say 2 Treasury / exemption account. You can put foreign, but put it exemption account number. And then if you're using your estate number, you put the estate number without the dashes. Okay, you can even put the dash on there. It doesn't matter. Okay, but if you put the dash, then the Treasury know what it is. Okay, but at the top, turn it back over where it's going straight up and down. Right at the top, you're going to put accepted and acquired on. That's today's date. 4, and then you're going to put the principal amount, and then you're going to put that's your total for the year, principal amount, then you put plus. Then you're going to multiply. If you have a silver certificate, gold certificate, bought one of the deeds, and you're settling the debt with the bank with those, you're going to multiply that principal times 200. Okay? You can do it at the regular tax rate, but I've been doing a lot of them by the times 200. Just get it all out the way. Okay? And then whatever that answer is, you're going to put it right there. So you got your principal amount plus then that amount that's times 200. It's going to be in the millions. Depends on how much money you deposit in the bank. Okay? And then you're going to turn it over on, you're going to look on the right side. Okay? On the right side now, you're going to put return, and you're going to put interest / lawful money / demand money 2. Treasury, again, Treasury exemption account / demand account. Okay? So make sure you have the Treasury account there now. And then you're going to put your tax ID number, wherever you want that interest going. Now, if you're going to use this interest to invest, which you should be doing, then yes, use your with it or your estate. I would do the with it on that one. Now, if you just want to sit in the 9/8 and keep building, just put your 9/8 number there. But make sure you put the name of the 9(8). So if you got your all caps trust, that's what you're going to put there. On the opposite side, where the principal side is, return principal, you're going to put the all caps name again. If you're going to be using your estate or you're going to be using your with it, you put it over there. Okay? It's your decision how you want to do it. If you put it in the all caps name, most likely, with it, most likely they're going to cut a check on that. But if you do both, make sure that you use that to invest or use strictly for the estate. You cannot use any of that funding to go flashing fiat. Okay? Get a line of credit with your bank, with Fidelity. Okay? Your bank might not do it, but Fidelity will. If you got a credit union, your credit union will. Never spend that cash. Okay? If you pull out cash, you need to write on any receipt that is for the purpose of a loan. If you're going to loan it to yourself, you better make sure you keep doing your receipts every month, getting more money back to pay that loan back. Or you will get taxed. Okay? And you don't want that problem. Okay? Because they get caught up with the Treasury and the IRS, and they'll start withholding stuff from you, breaking in your house and taking belongings that belong to you and your family. You don't want that. Okay? So, just showing y'all what you need to do, giving you the update on the next video that's coming out. Working on that now. And this breaking news right here. All right? So, that being said, if you use this information to get free, do not blame me. Blame the L, the O, the R, the D. Want you to do it? Oh, yes, he'll do it. So what you need to do is get this knowledge and start to pursue it. I'm King Stevian, representing the 100 Kings and the 100 Queens. I am out. Peace.